But then look at Deuteronomy 32:4. What does it say? Just and right is he. Now, in other words, God's not only holy, but because he's a just God, what does God have to do with wrongdoing if he's going to be God? What do human beings do with wrong behavior? To one degree or another, depending on what behavior it is and what the relationship is. Punish it. Why do we punish it? Because wrongdoing goes against what? Just. It's just. If you do A, you're going to be punished. That's justice. God's a just God. And this is often what's not thought of with some people with Christianity, because we often hear God is love, which we're going to get to. But if you're going to talk about the God of the Bible, you have to talk about what? God as he is, not God as you want to make him. See? God is a just God. He must punish wrongdoing. That's why we're going to learn next week, Adam and Eve, one goof and they're gone, which we'll talk about. Now here's my point, and this is why you need to stay in this class for 15 weeks, because this is a journey we're on, a process that we're on, where I hope when you're done, all the interlocking parts are going to fit. Okay? Just a minute. The reason I put this up here, you will not understand the cross of Jesus Christ unless you understand God is a holy God and a just God. Okay? Why did this poor man have to die? Because he died for the sins of the world. Well, what does that mean? It means God can't tolerate sin, and God must punish sin. Well, where's the good news in that? You're not going to be punished because he punished his own son. He's our substitute. That's why this is so important. Often we talk about the love of God in the cross, and rightly so, rightly so. But the opposite side of that love is God's justice. And what we're going to find out when we get to the lesson on Jesus, this is so awesome to show you the wisdom of God. Look how God in one act brings justice and love together. That's why Jesus, among other reasons, is called the wisdom of God. In one act, God satisfied his justice, and also as the expression of what? His love for humanity in the same act, as we're going to see. But you won't understand Jesus. Why'd that poor guy have to die? Unless you understand God is holy, can't tolerate sin, and he must punish sin. I'm sorry, I cut you off to get that in.
No, that's okay. That actually was
kind of where you're going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you turn Jesus into a therapist. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, therapist. Yeah, did you want to comment, please?
It also mean you hear people talk about needing to suffer, to get to heaven. That because Jesus suffered, we can't really suffer, right?
I don't know where you're going with that. Let me say this, and then you can respond. Our suffering doesn't get us to heaven. That's what I mean. His suffering gets us to heaven. However, if we want to follow him the way we're supposed to, we might have to suffer here or there to follow him. That's one thing, maybe if you know the Bible passage, where I'm coming with, is one place Jesus says, pick up your cross and follow me. So sometimes if we want to be a Christian, the world doesn't really like Christianity, which we'll get into another way. And so if you want to be a real Christian, you may have to suffer sometimes. But that doesn't get you to heaven. His suffering gets you to heaven. And we'll talk more about that, I promise you.